us listen to the proclamation of life and salvation for our souls.
Remain silent, O listeners, for the holy gospel is about to be proclaimed to you. Listen and give glory and thanks to the word of the living God.
The evangelist Luke writes, "When the days for his being taken up were fulfilled, Jesus resolutely determined to journey to Jerusalem, and he sent messengers ahead of him. On the way, they entered a Samaritan village to prepare for his reception there, but they would not welcome him because the destination of his journey was Jerusalem. When the disciples James and John saw this, they asked, 'Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume them?' Jesus turned and rebuked them, and they journeyed to another village. This is the truth. Peace be with you."
Praise and blessings to Jesus Christ, our Lord and God, for giving us his words of life. Praise and blessings to Jesus Christ, our Lord and God.
What response does Jesus have to people rejecting his message? It is not the same response as James and John, who are called the sons of thunder. "Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven and consume them?" No, that's not the response that Jesus has. Jesus rebuked them, meaning James and John. Jesus rebuked James and John for thinking that violence was the solution to lack of conversion. That violence was the solution to people rejecting his message or refusing to hear it. This is fundamentally important for us because many times you have false prophets who claim violence for God. Many times in the modern day, you have false prophets who claim that through violence they can bring about some good end or the will of God. And so as Christians, we must rebuke that sentiment. We must rebuke the idea that calling down heavenly fire or calling down military fire is the solution. This is a refreshing message for us, a good reminder for us. When people come and say, well, the problem is if there were no religions, there would be no wars. No, if we were Christian, we wouldn't be attacking other people for their false beliefs. If we were Christian, we wouldn't be doing that. We would be converting them by love. We would be converting them by love. I've been reading one specific theory which proposes that some of the apostles, and John in particular, but maybe also his brother James, were teenagers. They said, well, they were reckless. John is often depicted without facial hair. John and James' mother shows up to intercede for them. John and James work with their father. Right? So at least John, maybe he was a teenager. Right? And James, maybe he was his young 20s. And so the group that's most impressionable to violence, right? The group that's most likely, if they have a leader tell them to turn to violence, that they will do it. And here, Jesus is saying, no, calm down, right? We can't go that way. We can't push that direction. No, we need to even if the Samaritan village won't accept you, we need to love them. We need to love them. This is so important for us, right? What do we do not when we have armies on our side, but what do we do when we have words and gossip and friends on our side, right? One of my friends sided against me. Am I going to use all the weapons that I have and claim a righteous war, right? Among my friends, among my brothers, among my family. Or am I going to say no? The solution to this disagreement that I'm having within my own family, within my own parish, within my own household is not violence, but it is peace, it is love, it is forgiveness. We believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, of all things